Arsenal now urge to sign cheaper Ivan Toney alternative who'd score a lot of goals. And journalist Fabrizio Romano reveals many clubs want player who could pocket Arsenal £30 million. Stay with me until the end to not miss any updates. But before that, if you're also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe now to the channel and stay informed about everything happening behind the scenes of the Premier League's biggest team. And without further ado, let's get to today's news. talkSPORT pundit Alan Brazil believes Arsenal should consider trying to bring in Dominic Calvert-Lewin if they fail to sign Ivan Toney. Arsenal have been heavily linked with a move for Brentford striker Ivan Toney. However, the Bees have put a huge £100 million price tag on the once-capped England man, and considering the Gunners are thought to only have a limited budget at their disposal, it seems unlikely that they will be able to get a deal for the 27-year-old over the line this month. The fact remains, though, that bringing in a new striker still ought to be a priority for the North London club this month. Arsenal are currently enduring a worryingly barren patch in front of goal as a team. Mikel Arteta's side have lost their last 3 matches on the bounce, and have only scored once in that time. This has not been due to a lack of chances created, but rather wayward finishing. The likes of Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and Martin Odegaard, amongst others, have all been guilty of spurning very presentable opportunities in recent weeks. This run of poor form has damaged Arsenal's standing in the Premier League table, as they have fallen to 4th place, after being top of the pile on Christmas Day. On top of that, they have also been eliminated from the FA Cup at the hands of Liverpool. Dominic Calvert-Lewin suggested as Ivan Toney alternative for Arsenal. There is certainly an argument that bringing in a clinical, efficient finisher would solve one of the biggest issues in the Arsenal squad. With that in mind, Alan Brazil has urged the Gunners to make an effort to secure the services of Everton target man Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Speaking on talkSPORT, the 10th of January, 2024, 6:13, he said, "I was just thinking if they can't get the boy from Brentford, if they can't get Ivan, then would Everton sell Calvert-Lewin? Or are they just worried about his injury problems that he'd finish, I think he'd score a lot of goals." Arsenal have recently been linked with another Everton player in midfielder Amadou Onana, who it is thought that the Toffees may be willing to cash in on due to the financial issues at the club. The same may also true for a potential sale of Calvert-Lewin. The Merseyside outfit were docked 10 points earlier this season for breaching Premier League financial rules, so clearly the club are in a difficult position in that regard, which could be worked to Arsenal's advantage in the market if they can sign Calvert-Lewin far cheaper than they would be able to get Toney. Calvert-Lewin's injury record will be a concern for Arteta. He has struggled to put together an extended run of availability at any point in the last few seasons, but there is no doubt that he is a quality player when fit and firing on all cylinders. Arsenal attacker Eddie Nketiah has been linked with a move away in this transfer window, and several clubs are interested in him. Crystal Palace had an approach knocked back for the 24-year-old, with Arsenal holding a stance that the player will not leave unless they can sign a striker to replace him. Arsenal have reportedly set Nketiah's asking price at around £30 million, but given that Brentford seemingly want £100 million for Ivan Toney, replacing him will not be easy given Arsenal's financial fair play constraints. Speaking to Court Offside, Fabrizio Romano has now claimed that several clubs aside from Crystal Palace are interested in a deal for Nketiah, which could come of benefit to Arsenal as they attempt to raise funds in this transfer window. Not just Crystal Palace, many clubs are interested in Eddie Nketiah, but it's not easy for Arsenal to find a striker on the market right now, Romano claimed. They won't go for a panic buy in a crucial position, they won't do something unless they're 100% convinced about it. All the players they like, for example Ivan Toney, are very expensive, or not available on the market like Victor Osimhen. It's not an easy market, and that's why before they give the green light to Nketiah, they have to find another option on the market. Should Arsenal sell Eddie Nketiah? Nketiah is one of Arsenal's top goalscorers this season, and is a more natural finisher than Kai Havertz, who started up front in Sunday's defeat to Liverpool. However, the entire front line has struggled for goals, including Nketiah, who has scored in just 1 league game since August. If Arsenal are able to land an upgrade whilst making a profit on Nketiah, he could be let go to ease FFP concerns. However, Arsenal should be wary that signing a big-money striker now would likely prevent a future move for key target Victor Osimhen. Arsenal could aim to recruit an informed goalscorer in January, with Serhou Guirassy available at a low price. And if the right offer arrives for Nketiah, this could be a good way to create funds to sign a defender, whilst also gambling on an improvement in the attack. Arteta's side have been far from their best in front of goal all season, and whilst Nketiah is not the only culprit, his status as an academy product makes him valuable in the transfer market, and if a sufficient bid arrives, then it should be seriously considered if a replacement can be found. Who is Arsenal transfer target David Odegaard? Arsenal and Chelsea are now showing an interest in a transfer for David Odegaard, a promising defender in Wolfsburg's academy. He has been a member of Die Wolf's youth system since 2020. The teenager switched to the Volkswagen Arena side after one season at Union Berlin. Wolfsburg saw the potential Odegaard had to offer after a somewhat nomadic youth career. He first started out at the Berlin-based side, SSC Südwest, before signing for fellow capital club Hertha 03 Zellendorf. A move to Union Berlin then rounded out Odegaard's spell in the capital. Coaches have trained David Odegaard to play as a centre-back throughout his fledgling career to date. But he can also play in either central defensive position, despite being right-footed. How good is David Odegaard? David Odegaard is still a rising talent of the German game, but the VfL Wolfsburg prospect is an imposing centre-back. The 17-year-old stands at 6 feet 3, yet he is still a rather pacey prospect who is adept with the ball. Odegaard is confident to use his time in possession with solid effect. His physical strength along with the youngster's speed and tackling proficiency have also led to comparisons with Antonio Rudiger. The 30-year-old enjoyed 5 years at Stamford Bridge from 2017 to 2022 before joining Real Madrid. He also won the Champions League in 2021. Additionally, Sky Germany named Odegaard as one of its top 5 exciting German talents back in January 2023. It also quoted Wolfsburg's academy director Michael Gentner saying about Odegaard back in December 2022, "David has everything a modern central defender needs. He has a great overview of the game, an excellent game structure, and the kind of winning mentality that we want to live in the academy." Gentner's quotes from December 2022 followed Odegaard agreeing to a long-term contract at Wolfsburg. Die Wolf were eager to lock his future up at the time after captaining their U17 side several times. The centre-half took their U17 armband throughout the 2022-23 season. David Odegaard is still yet to make his senior debut for VfL Wolfsburg, but has been a fixture for their academy sides since joining from Union Berlin. The Arsenal and Chelsea transfer target has also offered a goal threat at the junior level from centre-back, as well as being a captain. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.